Okay, I don't know how much is going to be different for if I go to the good ending, but I'm assuming we just click on the opposite dialogue we did for all these choices. So instead of doing this one, we're going to try and connect to it directly. Hey, can you hear me? What's your name? Jim? Your original name. Do you know who Sal is? Is that you? No. What do you want exactly? Hey Vega, is there any way to access him through the network? Doesn't seem like it's going to open a door. Building should have a wireless access point. You can get to it from the electrical grid. There's a plug right next to the door. Connect my cable to the port and wait to see if the android sends out a signal. Just as I thought, it is not only transmitting data, but also receiving information from somewhere else. Try to connect to him, his defenses are weak, and I managed to get through them easily. Oh my god, that's so fucking creepy. Yeah, definitely don't like the looks of that. There's so much blood everywhere, and don't like that as covering his face there. There he is. Are you going to tell me what your real name is now? Well played, though I have to say I went easy on you. I'm Christy. It's a pleasure. This kind of programming, a scrap android? Despite that, its code's been changed completely in a recent update. That's going to be the cause of the problem. That's a weird name for a boy. I have a kid's body, but my personality pattern is female, so I guess that makes me a girl. They reprogrammed an old robot's AI to create me. You know how the black market works. Glanced at the owner. She's covering her face with her hands. Think she finally understands we got her. It's rare for black market androids to act this way. What happened? I have a message just for you. Only you can see it, so I'll send it through the network. For me? Yes, I'm sending it. The android tries to go through my defenses and breach my firewall in order to send me this message. The target tent doesn't accomplish anything, not against my last generation skull chip. You think you're gonna let you get in my brain, dream on? Wow, you're just as good as I expected. Who's that Sal you were talking about? My creator, the one who read the message with my personality, is going to get upset once he realizes you won't be able to see him. So I guess that's it for me, right? It's almost sad. It seems like she really is just a pawn controlled by that hacker. Must be good at simulating feelings. Android has a really believable personality. Got a peculiar AI, so I'm sure the tech team is going to have a field day with that data. They're taking a version of you, and I promise you'll be better off with us than any scrapyard hacker. Thing is, we're going to arrest your owners, and we can't do it if the door is closed. Is that okay with you? That's fair. Chrissy opens the door, but just take a glance to what's inside the room. She's trapped the man by twisting the iron bedpost. No strange for black market androids to be manufactured without any kind of safety limits. Because she's got superhuman strength. What a pair of idiots. How long have you been here? Just a few days. Figure the android will never give me any specific information about a creator. Still, I have to ask. I'm intrigued by that Sal guy. Can you tell me something about him? Of course, he would love to meet you. I wasn't expecting that. Sal didn't really create me himself, but he just put my brain in this boy's body. I was a pretty girl. Perfect, even. I was created for the dock's biggest gang leader. But after a couple of years, he tossed me away and chased me for a new bottle. You know how it works. Typical. It is. Some of these gangs live just like kings. So took me in and repurposed my mind for this tiny body. He overwrote my behavior patterns with those from a squirt, but didn't raise my old AI so I'd be able to give you his message. I've been here since then. I don't know why they brought me, but I think I understand. It's hard to adopt a kid, but they wanted to avoid all the paperwork by buying me. And so I planned everything so you were the one to come for me. A perfect plan, isn't it? So perfect it didn't work. I'm gonna use your voice and video records to put those two in jail. Do you have them? I do, and I'll gladly give them to you. How can you say that after all we've done for you, Jim? For me? You brought me 2 days ago, ungrateful piece of shit. You can call each other names at the station. Vega gets closer to take the android. Let's go, kiddo. Let me go, you old geezer. Celia, I hope to see you soon. Saul told me you were beautiful, gorgeous, and I have to agree with him. What a guy. Better call up the boss and fill him in on this situation. Like always, he's connected to the holonet. Lieutenant, everything went smoothly. He had the hostage and the android. Seems like it was related to a hacker named Sal on the black market. Good job, Celia. I'm glad to know you're in good shape. Hope you don't mind your new partner. These are just formalities. It's fine, Lieutenant. Have a request. Can I take a day off? I need to get used to all of this. Sure, we'll deduct it from your vacation days. Did a good job today. Hopland Circuit follows the work of our employees do. Not just another private security firm. The state has the district safety in our hands, and you made good steps towards preserving that today. The company takes great pride in you. Of course, thank you, boss. But what about that vacation day? We'll get to it later, Celia. Well done. How shameless. I think I'll stay home tomorrow either way, and let future Celia regret it. Good luck with your new partner, Vigor. Farewell and good riddance, Celia. I wish you luck. Fun as ever. But at least we successfully did our job this time. Goodbye. Take care of the rest. Had to get on the train. At least I can take a look at the city I'm supposed to protect. Shithole, even the most upscale neighborhoods I crop to the core. Sometimes I wonder why I'm still in this place. I don't care about it. I don't like my co-workers. I don't get paid well. Guess it's all I have. Well, that and Elaine. I don't know which one is worse. I just realized. I'm just skipping through the dialogue and whatnot because this is all the same. There's that samurai android we saw before during our little case in Yoko's place. So she had it all along. Very interesting. And it's funny what you notice when you already completed the story once through. Okay, now up to the next choice, and we'll let the message pass through this time. Start to feel the data go into my brain. As soon as the android goes past my defenses, I feel a sharp pain in my head that soon goes down my spine. Suddenly I find myself kicked out of the system. Data transfer stops abruptly. Everything happened too fast and my head hurts. Andrew is right next to me, but his head completely punctured. The car was standing in front of me, his gun pointing at the android, watching me out of the corner of his eye. The other comes running up to me. Damn it! I just want the message! Good. Celia, are you okay? Yeah, just a bit dizzy. Kyle, what was that about? It was squirming. It made me feel anxious. I was the one who told him to do it. It looked like something had gone wrong. Never mind, just give me a moment. Kyle walks away. I can barely see a black smudge walking towards the exit. My eyes are still trying to adjust to the dim light. Call the gathering team so they can... Now that I take good look, I notice there are many people from the station already here. It's dark. There's quite a few soldiers from Delta Labs. I should have known they'd come as soon as Dallas sent the report mentioning a fourth generation. Dallas stays by my side until I feel someone better. Tell me what happened there once you feel better, so I could send a report. I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I told you, it was a first generation android with altered code. His hardware limitations were giving him serious trouble. He didn't have the network on his database, nor an adapter. I was programmed to know how to connect to it, so he was pretty confused. Created his own idea of the network. Some kind of dreamland we was trying to achieve. Carl starts writing everything in a PDA. Should be careful not to mention anything about Sal if I don't want the entire station all over me for months. Even worse, Velta question me if they feel I might know something about their old projects. Hey, Dalla, how long was it in there? Well, most of the day, so we're starting to worry. Boss is over there, you should go talk to him. You should see the doctor too, just in case. Head over to the van as soon as I finish the report. Shouldn't take too long. The machine's brain was so slow I ended up spending the entire day there. Yet, it was capable enough to attack my memory chip. Fifth generation has entirely earned its name. Got to be extra careful around this Sal guy in the future. Yeah, we meet him later, and I mean, everything went well, at least for that run. Celia, are you okay? Still look dizzy. Go see the doctor, please. Yes, I'm going now. I'll be waiting for you in the van. Before I can leave this place, the company's doctor approaches me. He only ever comes up to me when something goes wrong. Hello, Celia. How do you feel? I'm fine. Glad to hear that. Okay, and then yeah, this is all the stuff we already read before. Okay, now back to the final choice, but this time we let him go. Andre walks to one of the windows, but I managed to grab him by the neck. He's very heavy, definitely a combat model. I can barely stop him, but I see to make him turn around. Wait, why is it saying this when I tried to let him go anyway? Facing me for the floor, but I roll and stand at my feet once again. Hand moves to the holster, but I don't pull my gun. Let him go. Thank you. I will do whatever I can to help you both. Drop to the floor and catch my breath. It's getting even more strange and worse and more dangerous. Tiger ran away. I could not arrive in time. Celia, are you okay? What happened? I'm fine. Android turned hostile. Coming. Wait for me inside. Still wait for Kyle. Maybe letting him go wasn't exactly the best decision I could make, but there's no turning back now. Now I know why this place looks so familiar. It was Yoko's old house. It's been years since the last time she was here, so it's too much of a coincidence. Yoko is behind this and everything that's happened so far. Okay, yeah, and then it's all the same sort of stuff. Oh, hold on. Ooh, hold on, this is different. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, the bomb went off at the thing, and then how these guys came in, so hold on. Hey, when I kneel on the floor, I hear screams coming from the entrance. Delta soldiers fall one by one into the hands of the same android I let escape earlier. Kyle attacks the android and they both start fighting, dragging their brawl outside. Seized my chance and grabbed Mara again, running out of the house with her in my arms. See Yoko arrive with her motorcycle. She waves at me. Carefully, I get on the bike while holding Mara. Yoko drives weaving through the district skyscrapers for several minutes, making sure that no one follows us. Okay, at least we don't have to potentially go to that, place again. Though, I feel bad for our little redheaded friend that we kind of left there, but anyhow. Finally, we arrive at one of Yoko's clubs. Oh, this is an interesting club. Club, really? Wasn't there a better place? Believe me, you ain't got much better. You'll be safe here. Well, first thing first, I need to make sure Mara's properly protected. Yoko calls to someone at the back of the club. Looks like one of her henchmen. Scylla, this is Rat. God, what a name. She'll be in charge of escorting you and Mara while you're here in the club. Nice to meet you, Celia. Smiler's chilling, but right now I can't afford to be fussy with my allies. I guess I could use some help. Exactly. Rather walk you up to your room and help you move around the place. I gotta get shit done. Let's speak when I get back. Wait. Are you gonna clear up anything for me? You've been playing everything behind my back, and I think I deserve an explanation. I agree, but I really got a lot of things to do. But for both your sakes, I hope they go well. Well, I also have things to think about. See ya. Yoko runs off with a small group of guards behind her. Well, Celia, how about I show you to your room? I take Mara and follow right to a small room on the top floor of the club. Noise of the music stifled by thick concrete walls makes me feel somewhat safe. There's medical equipment next to the bed. I place Mara in it and Rat puts an oxygen mask on her before connecting her to the machine. She'll be fine. You should come with me downstairs. I think I'll stay with Mara. Someone's gotta take care of her. Don't worry about that. Our girls will keep an eye on her from time to time. The place is impenetrable. Yeah, I still think I'm gonna stay here. Should at least meet the owner of the club, don't you think? Is that you? Not even close. I just work for Yoko. Sure, she'll be glad to see someone like you. Like me? Don't be so humble, Celia. Yoko told me about you. Her looks at me from top down, almost eats me with her eyes. Must be a delight to work with you. Won't waste the occasion. Can't help but raise an eyebrow. Grabs my wrist and takes me downstairs. For some reason, I don't resist. Just look back at the closed door of the room and walk away from it. Music of the club thunders in my ears again. Walk to the back of the hall. Seems like the owner isn't here. What a shame. Then I'd better get back tomorrow. Of course not. How about we have a chat? How about we chat a little? What? Look, I don't have time for a chit chat right now. Well, maybe I know something about everything that's going on. Who knows? Alright, what do you want? Well, let's not rather just diabolical laugh. Where to start? I guess I should be honest with you. I like you. I think we have what we need. You and who else? Red Moon, you know. Yoko's band. Although I don't know if calling it a band is still appropriate. What is it that you need? Your strength, decision, originality, authenticity, initiative, intelligence, beauty, affection. Okay, I think that there's all that in Yoko's band already, especially strength. Do you think Yoko is stronger than you? I didn't say that. Exactly. You know there's nothing in the world that can defeat you. Wow, that's quite an exaggeration. Not at all. Maybe you don't have the physical strength of Yoko, but I've read about you. Your way of improvising, how you overcome every case you had in front of you. Look where all my success has taken me. That's because no one supported you. But with the Red Moon behind you, you'll be unstoppable. Not going to join Yoko's band, that's what you're trying to do. No, it's not that at all. It's just that Yoko's vision is short-sighted. She thinks she's in control, but I think she's just another puppet. What exactly are you planning? You see, the good thing about being one of Yoko's trusted girls is that I'm aware of almost all her plans. But I'm not going to tell you her secrets so easily. Okay, what do you want in return? Yep, exactly what I said. Nothing. I just want you to listen to me. Well, that I can do. Yoko's very capable. I've seen few people more effective in their work than she is. You call that work? Her plans, her motivations, I don't understand them at all. Tried to investigate them, but I haven't been able to find anything. The anger and hatred she has against the Empire. You really don't know? Being one of her girls, I figured she had told you. It has been something that happened to her in childhood. And it's the only thing that she never talks about. Not exactly. I suppose you know how Yoko is from a refugee district. You know why she called it that? It's a district where those who survived the collapse of an old colony were sheltered. That's the story told by the Empire. Isn't that the truth? I knew you'd answer my questions. That almost lets out a moan of pleasure. Okay, that's a weird reaction to have. People of the refugee district are mainly deserters from the former Red Sun colonies. What? When a civil war broke out in the Red Sun, the Empire supported one side. This side ended up being overthrown. All traitors ran, the rest got been executed. Many people sought political asylum from the Empire, so the Empire brought them all together in a single district, although it only took in wealthy or highly capable families. Yoko broke up with her parents shortly after we met, probably when she discovered that they betrayed their own people. That would explain many things. Seems like every step Yoko has taken since then has been for the purpose of wiping out the Empire, even if it was from within. Now tell me, what's she up to? Well, let's not be hasty. Yoko's plans are a very boring topic of conversation for someone as interesting as you. You know, you're starting to remind me of a certain mysterious hacker I know. Ah, you must be talking about Sal. Give you just one little detail. I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anything after all the information you gave me. Great. Sal doesn't work alone. After all, what would a simple hacker do against an entire empire? You mean the rebels, don't you? So you know. Yes, but what exactly do they want? What else would they want? Complete and absolute destruction of the empire, just like Yoko. Now the collaboration doesn't seem so strange to you, does it? Well, maybe the rebels want that, but I doubt that's Sal's goal. No, Yoko's always hated the Empire and done her best to hurt it in many ways. She's working with Sal, maybe it's because her motivations aren't so different. Don't know if it's something I'd like to think about. So far I turned a blind eye because Yoko's never had the power to do any real harm to the Empire. In fact, done more good than bad. Ending up allied with Sal could end badly. I hope Rat's wrong about Sal's real plans. I think you got too good of an image of people around you. On second thought, how couldn't you have? You're too innocent. Maybe that's your only defect. What I am or not is irrelevant. Mind you that I'm only here to escape Velta and eventually the Empire. Don't give a damn about whatever Yoko does. Ah, look who's coming. Hi. If it isn't Esquilia, Vector of the moment. You had the police looking like crazy for you all over the district. Don't remind me. I'm Venus, the owner of the club. I'm sorry, but I went to get something for you. Venus gives me some pretty heavy clothes. Seem to be made of very resistant plastic fabric. It's an armor suit. It'll help you if you end up in combat during your escape from here. Don't thank me, it's from Yoko. It's not quite the image that comes to mind when I think of armor, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Believe me, you're going to need it. Are things that bad? There's rumors about the Empire planning to mobilize the army. I don't know what exactly happened in the industrial zone, but it must have been pretty big. Velta's mercenaries are everywhere too. Hope Yoko has a good escape plan. Hope that girl, Mara, I sincerely hope she's worth it. What makes her so special? What I hear, she is a new generation of android. Yeah, a lot more than that, but if Yoko hasn't told you, I guess I better not do so either. To be honest, Yoko never tells anyone anything. Appreciate it, but she lies more than she speaks. Still, it seems that the Empire isn't in its best days. You mean the war? It's not just a war. The government, the protests, the inequality between districts, Looks like a sealed boiling pot, and it's just about to explode. Maybe it's not just a coincidence. I shouldn't tell you this, but the Empire has been powerful for too long. And that angered a lot of people. Not talking about the rebels. I can't help but be intrigued by these words. Is she referring to the other colonies? There are other nations beside the Empire, and they yearn to see it fall. They could be backing forces with the capability to make that happen. In other words, rebels are being financed by countries that oppose the Empire. Again, not talking about the rebels. Okay, who exactly is she allied with? With whom is she not? I think that would be the right question. Interesting. Hope it doesn't explode all over her nose. Even if that happens, she'll come out ahead. It's not the first time she'd had to start from scratch. Whatever happens, I'll be there to support her. If you don't mind, I'll go to that change room and put this thing on. Venus around, nod and continue talking as I walk away. Take off my clothes and put on the strange armor. Ooh, it's very interesting. Looks very sturdy, and a bit less suggestive than the one the guards were wearing. I guess I'll have to wear it for now. By pressing a button on my back, the pieces fit to my body, and despite appearances, it's quite warm inside. Head back up to the club and look for Rat. Hopefully I'll get some more answers. Are you looking for me? Well, it turns out so. Rat puts on that creepy smile again. It makes me strangely happy to hear that. What do you need from me? Just got to ask. I want to know more about Yoko's plan. Her expression changes. Oh, what a disappointment. I thought, whatever. What do you want to know? How are we supposed to even escape from this place? Over the border, probably. Mostly, but I mean, how? I think the railway tunnels in the industrial area. That's impossible. They're sealed. Yeah, but I think some of them are opened up again. Didn't you feel the explosions? Ah, so that's how they opened it up. And that's why, because in the bad ending, they were talking about having Mara on one of the trains, and they went through, but we missed it. That could be it. So that's what it was. Possible the Empire to allow such a breach to exist. Rebels could use it to get in. Though I don't know if they'd have it easy afterwards. That's probably why they're mobilizing the army. Venus said that Velta was looking for me. Now it's likely the industrial zone has attracted a lot of the district police. I don't know. I think Yoko has an ace in the hole. Talked about this Anna. Another girl? Doubt that's enough. All I know is that she mentioned her. If you want to know more, you'll probably have to ask her personally. And knowing Yoko, we won't be able to get that information out of her easily. Several security guards approached me. Yoko has sent us to deliver a message for you. You're Celia, aren't you? Surprised that Yoko cares to keep me informed. Yes, it's me. His guts have been all over the industrial area, and the entry route's almost ready. Apparently it is a war zone. Great. Yoko also gave us a note for you. Explosions made several holes in the wall around the industrial area, leaving a clear path towards the Yellow Ocean. Rebels' army is using it as a breach to enter the district. So Rat was right. I have opened the wall, but how does Mara fit into all this? Clear that the rebel army doesn't have the strength to capture the entire district. That's why we're not even trying to move forward. They just captured the factories and stood their ground. Now they're defending the entrance. I find it hard to believe that the rebels have managed to break through the walls of the district. No matter how strong they were in the desert, it's possible to get so close to the walls without the army responding. How did the rebels manage to reach the walls? Seems that the rebel group who came was rather small, not their main army. Since they approached a point a little far from the front, the Empire is slow to react. Could they be planning to bring in reinforcements? Maybe, but the Imperial Army will arrive in a matter of hours. And there's another thing. Delta Labs are helping the police. Say it's because the factories are their property, but it's the first time Delta have used their mercenaries so actively. Mobilized hundreds. It doesn't sound good for us. This attack got nothing to do with taking over the district. It must be something in that factory that Delta and the Empire want to protect at all costs. Maybe that clue that was missing, Mara. Synergia product, singularity, that what they're trying to defend? There's machines that Mara told me about. They might be trying to steal them. If the ace in the sleeve of the Empire fell into the hands of the enemy, it could change the course of this war. And do you know anything else? That's all. Yoko said she'll be back soon to get you out of here. So I want to settle down. Oh, and she said you shouldn't use the holonet under any circumstances. He's looking all over the net trying to track you. Well, thank you. Both guys marched to the outside of the club. This is how Yoko usually keeps an eye on her places. I don't want to imagine the power that she really has. Venus is guarding the club and just gives orders to some of the girls from time to time. They also be from the distance. Celia, we'll be closing up soon. I think it's better you go to your room. And no one go upstairs. Mara's still there. Mara's falling asleep in a chair. Or so it seemed, till she half opened her eyes when I walked through the door. Are you tired? It's been a very long few days. You can rest. I'll watch Mara now. You should get some sleep. Gonna have some rough days too. I can't. She gives me a lewd look. Don't worry, I won't do anything while you sleep. Although it's not because I don't want to. Guess everybody wants to fucking sleep with me. Lie next to Mara carefully in order to not unplug any of her wires. Lying next to her helps me relax, but I can't sleep. Her cells are probably a little bit altered right now. At the very least, that will help me be alert and act when Yoko returns to get us out. Yeah, the Last Generation. Pyramid 2, yep, that. Let's recap. Yoko gave me an android that turns out to be more human than anything I've ever seen before. This one's made by Velta. It's obvious that Dal and Kyle seem to track Mara through me. But how did I know Yoko sell it to me? Maybe it was just a coincidence, or maybe they wanted to watch Yoko from the very beginning. Anyway, Mara turned out to be like a human. She has a singularity, and that's forbidden by the government. At least for now. I just felt a plan to even sell an android like that. And there's that hacker, Sal, who's been interested in me and Mara since this all started. On top of that, according to Mara, she's an android connected to her in some way. To me, loose ends. Now this explosion with the rebels attacking the district, Delta has convinced the state that I stole Mara and I'm considered a traitor, so I no longer have a place in the Empire. A place where I spent my whole life. I hear a noise downstairs that wakes me up. When I look, I see that Rat isn't in the room. Go to the door, open it carefully so that I can slowly stick my head out. Walk to the balcony and take a look at the main room of the club. Witnesses with some girls dressed in military clothes. Could they be from the army? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. They all look gloomy and use night vision. But now that I notice they're small, I'm touching my shoulder from behind. Are you awake already? Let's go downstairs. They come for you. For me? Yes, don't worry, they're on our side. Go downstairs next to Rat and approach Venus. A group of girls are here, and they all fix their eyes on me. Venus, who are these girls? We're not on Velta's side, not with the police, and not with Yoko, really. Come on her behalf. Point his finger towards where Mara is. Huh? Okay, Mara was a lot more involved in this than I thought. Gotta stay here for a bit. Must not scream, or try to do anything strange. We're here to help you, okay? I nod my head. Who are you? What do you want? Oh, this is what Yoko was talking about. Yeah, we are Anna, the ace of the sleeve of the first machine. Your only chance of getting out of here. Girl takes off her mask and lets me see her face. Different face, but her hair is white. Like Mara's hair. You don't have a choice. Rico will come soon and take you all to the industrial zone. From here you'll escape. For now, suppose you should fraternize a little. Oh yeah, they all got the white hair. The rest of the girls come forward and take off their helmets. They all have white hair. The place is safe. Girl in front of me breathes a sigh of relief. Well, Celia, I'm sorry we've been so strict with you. We were afraid that the operation wouldn't go well. I told you we are Anna, our sister. However, each and every one of us has our own individual name and serial number. I'm Marcia. She extends her hand towards me and I shake it. Well, we all know you here, so you don't have to introduce yourself. Don't worry, they're the rest of the rescue team. I'm Julia, Marcia's right hand. I'm Mew, her left hand. And this is a sinker. She's a little quiet. Hi. Bow my head and try to understand all this. Our sister? That's it? That is, the androids she was raised with? Wait, Mara's sisters? Does that mean you all have some sort of uniqueness? I got no idea. Technically yes, but you never know for sure. How did you know where she was? How did you go through the place with the commotion? Those explosions. Did Yoko send you? All in due time. I understand that you got many questions at the moment, but luckily we're prepared. Now it's best to stay with Mara. We have to take care of securing the site correctly, but we'll come back to you in a moment. Girls begin to inspect the other areas of the club, set up cameras and security perimeter. They're very professional. Go to one of the girls. She seems absorbed in her work. Mew, right? Oh, Celia. Yes, what do you need? I'm surprised how skillful you seem to be with all this, and yet you're very similar to Mara. Look alike, but at the same time you're very unique. Thanks. We're prepared for this, so it's just protocol, and we're especially motivated. Surprised at the devotion these girls possess for me without even knowing me. We learned some of our methods from you. Believe it or not, this whole school about fighting androids and cyborgs based on your insights. It's an honor to meet you in person. Wow, thanks, I guess. It's just... Celia, please don't distract the girls. We'll have time to talk when you get out of here. Sorry, boss. Yeah, I'd better go check on Mara. We'll get back to our conversation with you. Sure. It's time to go back upstairs to see Mara. She's still laying there. They're all very similar with that white hair. She's starting to feel like the center of attention of this whole circus that's been set up in the last few days. It's amazing that all the problems the Empire is facing lately decided that Mara and Mia were one of the main ones, to the point of causing such a commotion by searching the entire district. Now the rebels, along with this group of androids, want to get me out of here. If I was some kind of chosen one. I mean, technically I was, since Mara decided to choose me. Chosen. They chose me. Incredible. To make matters worse, everything happened because I fell in love with a machine many years ago. This is surreal. Since I was a child, the story that I'm special and different has always been with me. Of course, Phil is making sure it stays that way. I go back to the main room downstairs. Marcia and her squad gather in front of me again. Well, where do we start? And you ask me? How about we talk about Mara? Do you remember the industrial zone, the factories? Mara's there, with Anna and Nina. What are you talking about? Mara's here, in the room upstairs. Maybe she's referring to the other machines that Mara told me about. Sia shakes her head. She's just a model under Mara's command. Real name and serial code must be inside her, in the original capsule that contained her. Was she the one who told you her name? I can't remember. Yoko, she must have baptized her with that name. Probably not, but that doesn't matter. You can still call her Mara. Earlier you asked us about the singularity. Do you know anything about Synerdia? I read about it in Velta's lab archives. It's a project, something important. So much so. 3 of us are Synergia. You... Mara, Anna, and Nina. 3 of us form a singular controlled intelligence. Or at least that's what our creator called it. Who? I don't know. Never told us about him. But let's not stray from the subject. Velta has been developing us for years, training and educating many types of androids in a natural way, using secret facilities under their headquarters, and at some hidden desert location. About 20 days ago, for the first time, all 3 machines were started at once. Why 3? Each one has a specific function that's completely separate from the others, so that they can never interfere with each other, thus be controlled. Mara's role in this is that of emotional intelligence. She is the first machine, and the most important one. She contains the data and orders of all androids that are connected to Synergia. I bring my hand to my head. I know it all sounds a little confusing, but you'll understand quickly. Seems a lot of trouble for a new generation of androids. Mara works like a hive mind, so we're able to emphasize with other androids connected to Synergia, even without seeing each other. That way, if you manipulate the machines, you can manipulate all the androids. That's such a dangerous and unstable system. Why would Velta create something like that? It's not so unstable. Let me continue. We are Anna, the combat force, and we're trained to be effective in any confrontation, but also in escort duties and security. Anna's the second machine, and is dedicated to taking care of the physical condition of all androids connected to Synergia. That's why we are able to easily locate Mara when she stopped working. We found Mara, we found you. Although we would have gotten here anyway. Yoko saved us some time by sending us here directly. So, do you understand why Mara and Anna should never be connected? Anna shouldn't make a decision just because Mara's feelings tell her to. She needs to evaluate the decision for herself. Why did you come for me then? How come you all know me and have that affection for me? Here's a trick. The third machine, Nina, has no physical representation beyond its servers and central computer. It's dedicated only to storing the experiences and memories of all androids connected to Synergia. That way, by accessing Nina, you can manipulate Mara and Anna without scripting their behavior, therefore without dehumanizing them. It's the door that stops and handles the constant expansion of the other intelligences, but also the key that would allow Velta to control us. Modifying memories? That's why when Mara manipulated the third machine, she manipulated the intentions of all Synergia's androids. This part's funny. When Velta activated all 3 machines at once, there were some androids whose feelings didn't match Velta's plan. The androids started looking for a way to escape, and they found it. A complex cooperation plan with the desert rebels to extract the 3 machines that made up Synergia on a train, without being turned off at any time. Otherwise, the androids would lose their memories and it'd be futile. Those androids, eager for freedom, modified Nina so that all Synergia would work together on this escape plan. But they didn't eliminate their feeling towards you. Ironic, don't you think? And why didn't they? It's the big unknown. The only way to know that would be to access the third machine database and see who modified the data. I had the slightest suspicion that it was Sal. You have to ask him directly. And if he's still alive. Maybe Mara knows it too, but they're both asleep right now. When they wake up, you can talk about all of this. Does that mean she'll wake up? 3 Synergia machines had to go into sleep mode while being transported to the trains. Rebels loaded Nina and Anna first, so we could help them check the train. Mara's being withdrawn right now, but it's the biggest machine and it's taking some time. However, when she connects to the train's batteries, all androids will regain consciousness. That reassures me. All this is incredible. You could almost say that everything that happened with the Singularity years ago is being repeated now. But there's something else here. Androids are alive. They have feelings, and even if they're being manipulated, they have to get out of here. What now? Now we take Mara and leave this city forever. Good. Explain to me what I had to do. Just like that? Don't I have to convince you? No, this place turned its back on me years ago. Now they've done it again because I love an android. Going with you. Some of the girls listening to the conversation try to hide their joy. When the time comes, you'll have to take Mara with you to the train. We'll cover your back. One problem. The Empire wouldn't just let us escape. Get that explosion where how the rebels managed to get inside in the first place. Sure that exit is well guarded now. You're wrong. There were actually several explosions. 2 covered the entrances to this area and another opened an exit to the desert. But that hole hasn't been used, and it isn't going to be used. All the turrets and cameras surrounding the wall have been hacked by the rebel army. I'm sure the Empire will defend those exits by whatever force necessary. It's only a matter of hours before they have sufficient power to launch an attack and come after us. They don't know anything about the train. They believe that this is nothing more than a terrorist attack, and only Velta knows what we're truly going for. But they're unable to say anything, because everything was being done in secret. So we'll escape using the underground train, right to the depths of the Yellow Ocean. Not even Velta's forces will be able to do anything against us over there. And what prevents Velta from recreating these machines, trying to enslave a new generation of androids? Nothing, but we'll have to think about that in the future. For now, we have to get out of here alive. This can work. Let's just hope this plan actually does the trick. There's so many things that could go wrong. The construction plan for the industrial zone are old, so Velta's going to have a hard time getting around, and they'll have even more trouble finding the tunnels. If they find it, the exit's in rebel territory. It'd take weeks, if not months, to launch a full offensive. We'll be out there in hours. So, Sal, did he coordinate everything? Sal. I wouldn't know how to tell you for sure, but it's possible that he worked with Mara from the beginning. He's been running this operation the whole time, right from the industrial zone itself. Mara already mentioned it, so all of you, Sal, Mara, aren't you just one person? No. If you're not one person or a large number of androids, what are you? Something new, I guess. We might be able to share experiences, but we're individual beings. Each of us experience those feelings in our own way. That's incredible. Explains a lot of things. Sal tried to take us with him back in that warehouse. That mean that Mara only came to me in order to convince me of the same thing? The moment she walked through the door? Again, you'll have to ask her when she wakes up. It'll be soon, don't worry. One of the girls comes running towards the entrance. Everyone around me prepares their weapons and forms a defense against the front door. Who's coming? I'm not sure yet. A few ships are parked in front of the store, but they're trespassing all surveillance measures. Could it be Yoko? Her lock on the door and knob turns slowly. The sound of rain can be heard with intensity, and I can see the girls preparing their fingers to pull the trigger. Red figures appear on the other side of the door. Across the threshold of the door, I can see Yoko accompanied by the Besson and her gang. Celia, I'm glad to know everything going well here. You okay? Why didn't you call? You almost gave us a heart attack. I got our communications following Sal's advice. Gotta do it to eliminate the risk of being tracked. Well, why'd you come here? Are we leaving? If everything goes according to plan, it'd take us to the industrial zone. Yep, everything went according to plan. All the 3 machines are mounted on the train, so everything's ready to sail. Mara should wake up from her dream soon. Thank goodness. Great, the girls and I'll get ready to leave. Celia, you go upstairs and get Mara. We leave in a few minutes. Hurry up. This won't be over until Mara leaves the district. You seem to care a lot about me now, considering you got me into this mess in the first place. What is it that Sal has set you a condition? Give you whatever it is that you ask for in return. That shouldn't matter to you at this point, should it? It matters. I've suddenly given up on you. I suppose you'll never change. Let's just stick to the plan, alright? We'll enter the factory through a hidden tunnel and seal it on our way out. You gotta be on time. Okay, there shouldn't be much left for the train to be ready, and we'll start moving soon. Van is outside. Wait for you there. Well, good luck. We're gonna need it. Like's for newbies, trust me. Oka and Rat and the rest of the bikers head out the way they can. The sound of the engines getting louder and lingers, waiting for us. Celia, grab Mara and come with us. This will be over very soon. I'll stay here, make sure nobody knows we've been. Good luck. Venus smiles and gives me a little push to leave. Hasten towards the top room. Go to Mara and take off her oxygen mask. When I do, she opens her eyes. Joy floods my chest and I remain frozen. Aww. Get a nice little hug. Pounces on me and hugs me. Heads down and shakes her head. A little distracted getting up and all the way. Did everything go well? I think so. Ral jumps with joy and hugs me again. Celia, I hope you can forgive me for hiding so many things. I'm afraid if I told you everything, you would have refused. Alright, you did well. I would have refused. But you made me change my mind, so let's get out of here together. Phew. A few tears fall from Mara's cheeks. The way she cries. Completely human. No, she has something different, something new. But that doesn't matter now. If you're awake, it means the first machine is working, and that Sal is awake too. Yes, where are we? One of Yoko's clubs. We kept you safe here. They're waiting for us, so we should probably head out. We'll have time to catch up. Mara nods. I help her up and take her downstairs where the rest of the girls are waiting for us. Mara's awake, thank goodness. That means everything went well, and the first machine is working. We better go. Sia helps us outside and ushers us into the van. Once seated, Mara lies on my shoulder. When the door closes, we're left in the dark, with the exception of some thin lines of light that slip through some slits. There's something that worries me, and I can't get rid of the bad feeling it leaves me with. Is that what Rat was talking about? Sal's real objective? Is it true that he wants to destroy the Empire? I want to escape from here, but to do so with the help of someone who seeks to wipe out the entire nation? No, they were nothing more than interventions, and I shouldn't worry too much. After all, why would an android want such a thing? But something tells me that I'd better ask him when I finally meet him in person. As we enter the industrial zone, hitting echo metal, background noise that never ceases, as if it were the breath of this place. Incessant noise was interrupted by some distant shots. It became more recurrent little by little. Finally, Van stops and Mara grabs my hand tightly. Doors open and light blinds me briefly. Now go down, Mara jumps with me. It's a familiar area, for myself and Mara as well. Girls who brought me here take off their masks and look at me from afar. They look incredulous, and I can see them whispering and pointing at me, trying not to be noticed. Shortly afterwards, another android of higher rank points to them with their finger, and they begin to move from top to bottom, carrying weapons, defenses, and transporting boxes, like soldiers in an army. The place wasn't only an area where the mechanics were hiding. It's the deep zone of the factory, very close to the exits. The area as a whole is so large that they managed to set up camp kilometers from the front. Celia, wait here with Mara for a moment, please. Almost everything's ready for you to leave, but Sal wants to see you in private before that. I'm preparing everything. Isn't he coming with us? Afraid not. He has decided so, and you have to ask him why. Mara leaves and continues to organize the rest of the girls. So, we're finally leaving. We almost made it out. Almost. You said it. Almost. Come on, don't be so pessimistic. I'm sure everything will be fine. Look Mara in the eyes. Difficult to argue with her when she looks at me like that. Yes, you're right. Seem to have everything under control. At least for now. Mara raises her eyebrows. Wow, optimistic Celia. Could it be the effect of the pill? Hey, it's not going to be because of that pill. It just seemed to be well prepared. Well, I'm glad then. That makes me feel calmer. You know, I wish I could get to know those girls better. I've known some of them for a while, but they seem nice. I suppose you'll have plenty of time to talk to all of them. Yes, I can't wait. Do you have dreams? Something to do when we leave the Empire? Dream was to be with you, so now I just stay with you and the rest of the girls. But if you had chosen between me and the girls, who would you go with? Why do you ask that? I don't think that will ever happen. Even after they are free from the feeling I put into them, they will surely choose to stay by your side. You haven't answered my question. Celia, I will stay with you no matter what. I can't help but smile. Thank you. Celia approaches us again. Everything's ready and Sal's waiting for you. We'll meet him downstairs. Let's go. Mara, you can wait here. It won't take long. Look at Mara with some mistrust. Don't worry, she'll be fine. It will only take a few minutes. We only leave when the girls come running up to Marcia. Boss, what's up? Secure the second tunnel. They're completely closed. Esenka looks at me briefly before fixing her eyes on Marcia again. Well done. You can start preparing to get on the train. Actually, I'd like to ask you if I can help to the front. Are you sure? Yes, the other girls will need all the help they can get. Also, I'd like to secure Celia and Mara's escape. Esenka looks at me again for a second. In that case, you can join them. Thanks, boss. Goodbye, Celia. Good luck. Esenka runs towards the sound of the gunshots. Let's go. Nolan followed Marcia down the stairs to a room guarded by several girls. A large metal door blocks the entrance, but they've opened a tiny slit for me to enter. Marcia beckons me to go in. Everything's dark in here, but I can see a figure in the background. Walk forward and stop in front of it. So this is Sal, this thing? Celia, we finally meet in person. Forgive me for looking like this. Guess I'm not as you expected. Sorry to disappoint you if I have. It's not the first time I've seen an android looking like this. Years ago, I saw one of the 4th generation androids connected to all kinds of devices. That what you really are? Machine eager for power? So, yes, you disappoint me. Sal looks down and waits a few seconds before answering me. I wish I hadn't had to, but I needed all the power I could get to get you and Mara out of here. But you're not coming? No, it's a sacrifice I had to make. Made that decision a long time ago. Data's probably stored anywhere in the desert. We need to be downloaded to another android. I'm afraid not. No other android can handle such an amount of information. Only one thing will remain of me. That is my original version, which is stored on the 3rd machine. How heroic. I had no choice. The feelings that little Mara introduced to me were very real. And you had the opportunity to eliminate them? Why didn't you do it? Why should I? They were real, as real as any other human being would feel. To raise them would have been a terrible idea. What better way to come into a world? But there's more to it than that, isn't it? You haven't done all this just for me. For you and the rest of the girls. Although they'll lose Mara's memories when they reach the desert. Once there, it'll be their decision to continue with you or not. Take me for a fool. There's another reason. I managed to bring the rebels here. I asked for it. So now you lead them? Not at all. Rebels are governed by a council of many members. I am but one of them. Yet you've gotten them to decide it's worth putting so much at risk to get you out of here? Getting androids like this is a very succulent offer. As you can see, the Alta and the Empire are willing to use a lot of resources to get them. I suppose, but how did you infiltrate the council? I contacted them through the net. Luckily, we live in a connected world. Net is vast and infinite, and you just have to know how to use it. Once they knew about my abilities, they welcomed me with open arms. Everything to get some sentient androids, but what for? To win the war, of course. And get the androids' freedom? Well, that's the plan. Was? Yes, luckily when I arrived at the council, I managed to make them see reason. Not all androids deserve freedom, because not all of them feel. Many are simple machines. Wow, surprised you could say something like that about your own species. No, my species are only those who are born next to me. Wait, why are the rebels still fighting then? To destroy the Empire, evidently. What? Can't be. Rat was right. My suspicions are true. A drop of sweat runs down my forehead. Why? The concept of androids in the Empire have been incorrect from the beginning. It is a nation built upon the suffering of humans, and androids have been nothing more than an extension of that suffering. Machines to consume, not to progress. Everything is wrong. Is that why you plan to destroy it? It's ridiculous. There's millions of people living in the Empire. They're not responsible for the decision the government makes. I think you're wrong. With their complacency, they have allowed the Empire to become what it is today. People of these walls are corrupt species. You just have to look at other countries to see how different things can be. Even so, I don't wish them anything bad. But you'll cause them suffering anyway. The Empire is a tumor that must be eradicated. Its growth has been exponential in the last century. We'll end up devouring other countries to do that do not have the means to defend themselves. It is a brute war machine that only wins because it squanders its resources on an ever-expanding military force. Why are you telling me all this? You're so deluded that you think I'll take your side? You won't? After all the Empire has done to you, the suffering, the humiliations, yet we're completely subjected until Mara and I were able to synthesize that antidote before your medication. Maybe your machines still have a lot to learn about from humans after all. Don't owe you anything for freeing me from that drug. That was your decision. I think it was a terrible one. Look at you. No different from those proud androids from years ago, trying to devour everything in their path to reach their maximum potential, without considering the repercussions on the people around them. Guess you approve of the success of this new generation of androids, faithful representation of the principles of the Empire embodied in the machine. Don't you realize how ironic your speech is? Clearly the closest thing there is to a human without actually being one. And that means you are capable of a lot, both good and bad. Feelings have corrupted you, and while I don't know exactly what drove you to do all this, do know you're just a bitter thing in lack of empathy. No matter how much the Empire has done to me, I don't wish anything bad on the people who live in it. Made me what I am, for better or for worse. Oh, I guess you're a box of surprises until the end. In that case, sorry to have distracted you with all this. Just want to ask you one last favor before you go. Answer one question for me first. What about Yoko? Is she with you in all this? Of course, from the beginning, she understood my vision. Guess you should have asked her what I'd think of your plan. You can lie to me about all this since I first saw Mara, and for good reason. She's known me for a long time and she knows that I'd never let anyone destroy this place. A smart girl. I only tolerated her games because she's been my friend for a long time, though maybe not anymore. After all she's done for you, lied to you for your own good, you said yourself. Really? You have no idea how humans work. Despite you and Mara came from the same place. Mara is very different from everyone else, not just me. Sometimes I even think that she's the only truly sentient android among us all. Yes, she is. This is what you want to use my blood for? Stay alive while being connected to those machines? That's right. This body is suffering. It's semi-organic. It wasn't made to be connected to other machines like my predecessors. Synerdia's generation can't gain power as easy as the fourth generation did. The science is really genius. Whoever our creator is, he must be proud. Room is quiet for a few seconds while the sound of some particularly loud explosions shake through the walls. Again, I insist, I need you to do me one last favor. Speak. I want you to shoot me. Kill me. What? Everything I've done has destroyed me. My body is no longer able to cope. This isn't the life I choose, but the one I was forced to live. Despite what I've told you, I'm envious of the other girls. I would like to have a life of freedom outside the city. That's why I'm asking you to kill me, and in future, transfer my data from the third machine to a body like mine. I know it's impossible to do right now, but things will settle down one day, and our generation of androids will be on sale. All I ask is for you to find an empty body, allow me to live in a mind that hasn't been corrupted, like the one I have now. My entire plan is ready to be executed. Your escape and the fall of the Empire will happen whether I'm here or not. If I shoot you, what will the girls do when they hear it? I'm sure the sound will get lost in the echoes of the gunshots up there right now. They'll barely be able to hear it through these huge eyeballs. Pull my gun out of the holster and point it at Sal's head. Thank you. It's a shame that what you've done with that body of yours. What a waste. I know, I promise. I'll put the next one to better use. Afraid that won't happen. Something about him that tells me if I bring him back, he'll end up being dangerous again. Till we meet again, Celia. Pull the trigger and his body falls backward, just to stay still a moment later. Ooh, that's very bloody. Bullets gone through his skull and now his brain is scattered everywhere. Maybe this was for nothing. Or maybe he predicted this and already instructed someone else to bring him back. We won't let that happen. Come to think of it, Yoko's still out there. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here with Mara. Take care of her future and hopefully she'll come to her senses. Walk up to the big iron gate and tap 3 times. Girls open it and let me out. Steve's waiting for me outside. Everything alright? Yes. Seems they haven't heard anything. Well then, let's go back upstairs. No time to waste. Head back upstairs to the area where I was before. Mara's still there waiting for me. Seeing her gives me a great relief. It makes me feel better for having finished with that crazy hacker. Barely have time to say a word to Mara before she starts following the advanced party of girl soldiers, takes me by my hand, and pulls me over, so I run next to her. A large number of androids begin to gather on a cargo platform. All girls. When we're ready, the elevator starts to ascend. See all the pipers passing by, and we leave the awful smell of the depths behind. Instead, the echoes of the gunshots being heard all over the factory now feel closer and closer. At the top, this is a complete war zone. between androids and cops. There's some mercenaries from Velta scattered around as well. Can't help but be a little enraptured by the points of the scene. Celia, Mara, don't stop. This place is quite dangerous. Train's about to leave. Where do we have to go? Loading docks are there. They'll put you on the train next to the machines, along with some girls. Some of them? What about the rest? Also here, covering your exit. Are you sure? After so much? As long as you and Mara are safe, nothing will be in vain. All part of Synerdia, remember? Remember that. Now get the hell out of here. Yes, let's go, Mara. Take a last look back as I make the walk to our only exit. I can see only a hazy cloud of smoke, intercepted with occasional sparks. Sia plunges into it after looking back at me. I made it this far, thanks to her. I hope she somehow manages to survive. There's a familiar figure, one that I'd almost forgotten. Samurai android that helped me escape from Velta's next to the train. She helps me and Mara get in. They're inside, let's go. It's an old train. It's heavy and clunky and seems to have been out of use for a long time. It's obvious that they tried to patch it up over the past few days. Hope it holds. Little by little begin to gain speed until the outside of the tunnel is nothing but a blur. We're probably already under the Yellow Ocean. Someone gives me a little touch on my back. Mara's there looking at me, kissing me again. Finally. It's hard to believe. I needed someone who could really love me, and now here you are, with me. I don't get you. Sometimes I thought we wouldn't make it. Everything seems so impossible, but thanks to Sal, we did it. Yeah, I can't believe I'm leaving the district behind. I spent my life there. But it's okay. So what now? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where the train takes us. Can you think of a safe place to go? In my life inside the Empire, don't know any places outside it. Well, there's a city in the desert, Android Paradise, made by and for them. But I think they also admit cyborgs. Sounds good, as long as they'll let us live a quiet life there. Sure they will, and now that we escaped, the girls will be free again. And all the memories I implanted them will be erased. They'll be the ones who decide their destinies. I'm going to use one of the 3 machines for this. Sal's already prepared everything. That's what we agreed. Although I'd like them to protect you forever. I'd feel bad if I didn't let them live with the same freedom I have. But first, we'll hide Synergia deep in the ground. Some place where nobody can find it, damage it, or manipulate it. Feel a little sorry for those who we left behind, but I suppose that as long as the 3 machines remain intact, we can bring them back. Mara, very important that Synergia doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Mara nods. Yeah, no, I'll make sure of that. By the way, what about Sal? He was a pretty strange guy. Why was he the only male android? He's a special android, Mara. Machine, not me. Said that female form was the very best available that matched our purpose. For some reason. It was something that made Velda President very upset, so he made a male android just made for him. Now that you say it, I've got one last question. What's your real name? Celia. All that matters to me is what I am to you. Know me as Mara, so that's who I am. Mara's my real name. Oh, now we're out of the tunnel. Train finally reaches the surface. We've got miles away from the Empire by now. All I can see are the desert dunes, the infamous rolling yellow ocean. Was it really worth it? Worth doing all this for me? No doubt. You're pretty brave to come to my house just like that. I think you're actually a lot braver than me. I was very nervous, but in the end everything went well, and that's all that matters. Hope the rest of the girls forgive you for forcing them to do this. I have feelings just like you. They might hold a grudge against you for it. I didn't force them to do anything. I just sent all of them a piece of what I feel for you. Nothing in me is fake. I swear. I believe you. And yes, I was very brave to come to your house alone. Who knows what you could have done with me? You could have just handed me over to Vilta. But you came to my house because you knew I wouldn't. How? I just knew. So your plan was to seduce me? It's so funny. I didn't I? Well, I mean, we did make out and everything. Yes, well, a lot of lies in between, but yes, you did. That's what matters. The end justifies the mean. Is that your philosophy? Hey, why are you looking at me with that face? Of course not. Don't make me feel like a villain. Maybe my plan was a little... whatever the fuck that was. But it worked. We're together and that's what matters. I always thought that none of this would hurt the rest of the girls. If it was otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I guess you saved a lot of other androids too, so I can't complain. Sure, the government and Volta will cover all this up. Don't want to imagine what could have happened if people found out the new generation of androids escaped right under their noses. Sooner or later, they'll know. Rebel propaganda machine will ensure that it gets out, but we can't know which side people will choose to believe. Don't have to worry about that anymore. We might still be together and we've escaped, but the world keeps spinning around regardless. I heard that place you're talking about really is safe. Trust me. Look outside. I can see buildings scattered all over the desert, followed by long lines of pipe. Sounds like most of all is a big sea that I can just make out on the horizon. Must be the city where the whole conflict's focused right now. Once we manage to get away from there, we'll be too far away for the Empire to reach us. It's unbelievable that this is the first time that I've been outside those huge walls. Rebel territory. We're officially fugitives now. All the girls on the train start to celebrate. After so many years in the police, being part of the enemy is a strange thing. But what other option did I have? If there was another option, this is the one I've chosen. I was leaning against the window, watching the desert dunes pass by. I feel like I could spend my life watching her. For the most part, that's exactly what I plan to do. Nothing as nice as a rainy day. At least, it'd be a nice day if I were home. Today, we bring you an important announcement from Vilta Labs. Just a few hours ago, Vilta announced a new generation of androids. Announcement which has shocked us and many of our viewers at home. How is it possible? The Emperor banned any kind of advances within this field. Vilta has reached an agreement with the Emperor and the government so they can release one last generation of androids. Generation is possible to hack, and yeah, we've already read through this during the other ending. So they still did it anyway. That's kind of disheartening. Okay, and that was that ending. Man, that was a lot more hopeful than the other ending that we got, where we didn't know what was going to happen tomorrow, and then yeah, we ended up not even escaping from the Empire and whatnot, so yeah, but there should be an epilogue now. Yeah, epilogue has now been unlocked.